normally say it. Hello, everyone. We are live.
We are live.
So I'm John, as you know.
And I'm Nancy.
And we're J&N Travel.
With J&N Travels.
We try and do one of these afternoon chats once a week if we can, just to go over some of the breaking type of news or current travel news, and then we throw some little fun tidbits in at the end. Welcome everyone in.
Thanks for joining us on this Thursday afternoon. We usually go live on Wednesdays, but we were unable to do that.
Nancy was under the knife with a
under the knife.
Well, we get a cap, right?
I had to have a crown, so it was a long dentist appointment.
Right. So I'm coming off a midnight shift. I'm doing this, and then I'm going back to bed to go in at midnight tonight. And Nancy's working the 3 days over the weekend. So.
I'm working the weekend shift, and we have moved at my work, so it will be interesting.
Okay, so right now I get one comment from Cuse Cruisers that it's fuzzy. It's still fuzzy. Hopefully it clears up. It's been doing that, and then it seems to clear up after a while.
All right. Well,
hopefully it will do that. Keep your eye on it. Can you hear our voices okay? Someone could let us know that. So it's 70 degrees out.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's supposed to be 70 for 7 days.
I know, and I have to work the weekend. Well,
So-
won't enjoy the nice weather, but I will today. I will go out and enjoy what's left of the sun.
Whoops. All right, I don't know if that's going to do anything, but it's in
We
there.
had a little snowstorm, but now everything's melted and it looks like fall again.
We had two little snowstorms. Yeah, we had the one which we got 5 to 6 inches.
Yeah, and it
that's
was
a little
cold.
better.
It was really cold, and now it's going to be warm. And now,
Right.
New England weather for you, but I am not complaining.
Okay, so let's just go through the chat real quick, and then we'll get into our news. So, Sailing Away with T and K popped in here. We want to wish them a fellow Merry Christmas. I think we're the only two people right now with our trees up.
Well, we have our tree up, we have our Christmas village up, we have our manger up, and we have my famous macrame Christmas tree that I made up.
That's right.
But last year we were on a cruise and we didn't get back till December 15th. So we had a scramble to get everything ready for Christmas. And there were a few things that I didn't get up last year because I ran out of time.
That's right.
With working and everything, I ran out of time. So this year I've got my manger up. Last year I did not do that.
Hello, the beach life. Honey, how you doing? I know you can only stay for a short time because he's working today.
Oh, hi, beach life. I like to be on a beach right
Yeah,
now.
that'd be nice. Hello, Sherry.
Sherry. I hope you had I hope you enjoyed your Halloween with your grandkids.
Okay.
We didn't have trick or treating here. They canceled
Hello,
trick or treating.
Oops, did I click on the right one? Hello, Cuse Cruisers, and she just gave us an update that it looks better.
Oh, good. Cuse Cruisers.
Okay, so let's start out with the news. Most of the news we do is less than 24 hours, well, 28 to 48 hours. So This isn't old stuff, but I'm sure you've seen a lot of this already on the internet and in the news. And any comments or input or any fact checking, and you tell me something I have is outdated, I'd love you to throw in the chat. First one is probably the biggest news of the week is CLIA announces voluntary suspension of the 2020 cruise operations. Now, CLIA is a cruise line that's some of the bigger cruise lines combined to form this. And this is a voluntary shutdown that they did in addition to the mandatory one that the CDC did. So
Barefoot Adventures just joined us. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Thursday afternoon.
That's right.
It's nice out today.
So the Cruise Lines International, CLIA, announced its members would extend the voluntary suspension of the cruise operations in the United States through December 31st. CLIA officials said its ocean-going cruise members would spend the rest of 2020 preparing to implement health and safety protocols to meet the standards set by the U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. The move comes after the CDC let the no-sail order expire on October 31st, setting the stage for conditional phase-in return to cruise ship operations. Companies such as Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, and Carnival all separately announced a suspension for voyages for the remainder of the year. The industry immediately began the planning and development of rigorous guidelines following the suspension of the cruise operations in the U.S. due to the virus outbreak. The agreed-upon public health protocols instituted by CLIA members were developed in conjunction with world-class experts in public health and science. This is probably a good thing because the CDC wanted to extend originally to February.
Right.
And the cruise lines wanted to sail, I think, as early as October at one point. So this is almost a compromise, it looks like.
Yeah.
And it's going to take that long for them to get all this testing in place. It's unbelievable if you read. It's a 40-page document. If you read the stuff that pertains to the startup, there's a lot of stuff they have to do. My suggestion is that you call your travel agent and try and book something now before and hold it at the low price. There's some good prices out there. And that way, when they do come back and they got to start hiding these costs in your fare, you already have something booked.
Oh,
So,
Rayleigh Creative Travel is in the house. Thank you, Rayleigh, for joining us.
so that's the big news. So it looks like we'll probably get something in the beginning of the year. My personal guess is probably not till close to
I
March.
have a question
Yeah.
about travel insurance, and if you are tested and you are positive for COVID and you cannot get on the cruise, are you covered under your travel insurance? Or do you need to?
Nothing is right now, but if Sherry's still out there, she could probably answer that more. I've heard so much talk about that you're going to need your regular insurance.
Your regular
and then you're going to need an additional insurance to cover anything related to the virus.
Okay.
Then I heard some cruise lines are going to cover the cost of anything.
Oh, some cruise lines.
I don't think they decided yet, but Sherry,
So
do
there's
you
really
know
not-
if there's anything in place right now to cover someone that's actually turned away at the port? That would be rough. You
That
fly
would
down to
be.
Florida, you
I
get a
know.
hotel, and then all of a sudden they tell you, no, you can't come in.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Really? What do you do? I mean, there's no set protocol as to how that would play
I don't
out.
think there's anything in place right now.
No, there's nothing in place. Okay.
I don't think. And if someone knows more, please.
Yeah, I'd be curious
okay.
because eventually.
Actually, Blaine said that question is still in the air. No answer yet.
Oh,
Okay,
no
so
answer yet.
we're
Okay.
in the same group with
Well, I
everyone
hope
else.
by the time we go on a cruise, we'll have more answers.
Yeah, the earliest we'd like to go is next October.
Yeah, next October.
And then get after that.
Right.
But now they're talking with this new guidelines. They're going to be in effect. Now, it can change, but it's going to be in effect till next November.
Next November. Okay.
But that could be changed if all of a sudden something gets better, which.
I just keep thinking how this time we would have been on a cruise. Last year we were on a cruise, so it was lovely. Our son joined us. He had a great time. It was really nice. Yeah, we had a wonderful, wonderful time.
Second news item, and this is brand new off the presses from the election. Key West residents vote in favor of curtailing cruise ship traffic. Key West, Florida residents voted in favor of limiting the size of cruise ships and total number of passengers that can visit the popular island. Voters passed 3 referendums that limited cruise ship visits to a total of 1,500 people per day, prohibited ships with a capacity of 1,300 or more from disembarking passengers, and will give priority to cruise lines with the best environmental and health records. The first 2 just passed by over 60% of voters, while the environmental referendum passed by 81%. This kind of bummed me out because I've been to Key West once, way back with my parents. It's a beautiful spot. I was hoping that one of the cruises we get on would stop there, so you could, because you've never been there, right?
No, I've never been to Key West. I just went to was it Key Largo with you on our hike?
Yes, we went to the middle.
I thought it was Key Largo.
Key Largo was at the beginning.
Yeah.
And we went to the middle, which was, I can't think of the name. It was for a dolphin swim.
I'm going to say it wrong, but I'm going to say Isla Medora, but I think that's pronounced wrong.
No, that's one of them, but I don't think Yeah, I don't know. I have to look it up, but it was the middle. We didn't make it all the way out to the
No,
Keys.
I remember seeing Key West. I remember Key Largo because of the African Queen boat we saw.
Yes, that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Welcome shopping and
Yeah.
growing with KC. How you doing?
Hi, Casey. Thanks for joining us.
Blaine said, I expect Key West will have that back on the ballot next time when they see the revenue. Yeah, good point. Yeah. That is going to be a huge loss, and they probably don't remember. Maybe that's all they plan. Maybe they only want to do it for a year to kind of calm things down. It's a great area. I'd love to go there.
Yeah, didn't D&G have a video on Key West? D&G.
I don't know that video, but but the thing with that too is, I've heard mixed things on some online stuff. It said that the ship only if it has 1,300 people can come in. But if you read this article, I mean, the quote in this article says that a ship with a capacity of 1,300. So even if the ship is, if it's a much bigger ship and they have 1,300, it's still not going to be allowed. They want the smaller ships to come in, and they want the ones that are environmentally friendly, which I can't blame them for that.
Yeah, one of the, creators posted videos on Key West. I can't remember who it was, and it was really beautiful. Made me want to go.
There were a few. I don't remember which one did it, but there were a few. But let's hope that thing gets sorted out. Third thing on the list, U.S. state travel restrictions, the latest virus requirements for November. November marks the start of the holiday travel season, which means more people than ever will be taken to the roads and skies during the ongoing virus pandemic. With so many people ready to visit friends and family for the holidays, travelers need to be aware of quarantine mandates and requisite public hygiene measures that vary depending on that area. Whether the 14-day quarantine or showing proof of valid negative test, tourists need to understand the intricacies of each region's requirements before business or leisure travel. And that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people probably are taking it for granted.
Yeah.
And okay, let's like in our case, we're in New Hampshire. Let's get in that car and go. Well, New Hampshire, everyone loves New Hampshire, so we can go anywhere. Sorry about that. But say we're in Massachusetts, which has now become red again, and we go somewhere else. All of a sudden, they may have quarantine rules in place in that state. And people may think, I'm just going to visit relatives 3 hours away. Right? And so,
well, they say Thanksgiving is one of the most traveled holidays, more than Christmas. Is that right? For some reason, people travel more at Thanksgiving than they do other holidays.
Is it Thanksgiving?
I think it's Thanksgiving.
Okay, it probably makes sense because Christmas, they probably spread over a month. People don't always just go over there for Christmas Day.
Right. I know in our local paper, they were concerned about a teacher shortage because of teachers traveling during the holiday season, and then they have to quarantine. So they were looking to use substitute teachers more, but
yeah, that's a weird thing with teachers, right? That's going on now.
They're
Absolutely.
having a shortage of substitute teachers as well. I mean, with this pandemic, maybe there's not the pool is pretty shallow right now.
Is that happening where you guys are? I mean, yeah, like Nancy said, they are so afraid teachers aren't going to be back for 2 weeks. They're thinking about going virtual.
Yeah, they even said if worse come to worse and there is a teacher shortage, what they were going to do is use those teachers. They're going to cancel preschool and kindergarten and use those teachers to fill in where the voids are needed,
Right. Sean Casey said, love your snow. Yeah, unfortunately, I got no snow for you. I sent you pictures for the first 5-6 inches. It melted 2 days later. Then we got another dusting of an inch. That's gone now. It's probably like Texas. It's out there. It's 60 to 70 for the next 7 days.
It's supposed to be really nice. 67 this weekend.
We're going to enjoy it I'm going to spend the weekend taking everything in that needs to be taken in.
And I'm working, so.
That's right.
I won't enjoy it, but I'll enjoy work.
We got our friends from the West Weekend RVing joined us.
Oh, hello. Thank you for coming in.
Now, they are, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they're from Oklahoma, I think, and they're actually on the road traveling all around. So
really?
They're a fun site, too, if you guys are looking for a point of view. They're RVers, and they're traveling across. I don't think they're going to the East Coast at all, but they're traveling around the West.
I would love to travel and hit all of the national parks. That's something that I would love to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
We have talked about when we retire.
Oh,
Brian, NASCAR fan 22 is here.
Hi,
Welcome.
Brian. Thanks for joining us.
We have talked about we'd love to just drive cross country,
Yeah,
go
right.
one route. I'd love to go on that Route 66.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like so much
Yeah,
fun.
we have friends that did that. It looks really cool.
Visit YouTubers along the way.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, just kind of meet up at a restaurant along the way.
Stop in California and take a cruise to get your Alaska cruise out of the way, and then drive back.
I do want to see Yosemite. I think Yosemite is in California, right?
I don't know if it's California, but it's out west. Okay, our weekend RV there from Oklahoma, sold everything in Arizona.
Wow.
Now to February, moving to South Carolina. They're very interesting because I was trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
And they explain it right here. So they lived in Arizona. They sold everything.
They sold everything.
They bought an RV.
Mm-hmm.
And they're traveling around. And then until February. And then in February, they move into South Carolina. Are you buying a house or something down there? And is that going to be like your final destination? And then you'll just take weekend trips in the RV? What's that plan? Sounds fascinating.
I know. I was going to say, it sounds exciting. Traveling is just so much fun, and to do it in an RV, you can go at your own pace, and
right.
You can take
like
in.
Fun.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
Sean and Casey, I think it'd be reversed. If we're going cross country, you're going to have to be opening your door for some of that delicious food they always see you guys cooking.
Oh yeah, Casey, you look like you're an awesome cook.
Yeah, back to a house they're doing. That sounds great. Hey, welcome Disney Our Dream. Did I get that up there? Yes. Welcome in. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big seafood person, and Casey made a lot of good seafood dishes.
Blaine says weekend RV is going to be near him. Blaine, I always get confused, and I talk to you all the time. If it's North Carolina, South Carolina, I thought you were in North Carolina. And Ronnie, South Carolina?
I don't know. I know it's Carolinas, but I don't know which.
I don't know. Straighten me out. Okay, next news item. Now that we can't go to the Keys anymore.
Oh, man.
Keep your travel restrictions in order. Make sure you do your research. Las Vegas. Now, we have never, Nancy's
I've been to Las Vegas. I went when I was 21 years old. Woohoo! It was fun. I saw the Follies Bergère show. I was at the MGM. And I saw.
Must be dyslexic.
What?
Ronnie in North Carolina. He's in South Carolina.
Okay.
Can't get it straight here.
And I saw Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
And I gambled. I lost my money. I didn't gamble much. I had $100 to gamble with, and it went very quickly. And that was it.
Yeah, Cuse Cruisers must be my glasses. I'm flipping stuff over here.
Anyway, so it's about
Las Vegas. So I've never been. You've been. I would like to go there someday.
The shows are phenomenal.
Well, and it's saying, though, that Vegas now has canceled the New Year's Eve fireworks. I guess that's a big deal in Vegas. The world-renowned fireworks display put on by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority on New Year's Eve on the famed Strip has been canceled. Las Vegas has always been a bucket list New Year's Eve destination, so it must be right up there with New York City. The safety and security of guests and employees is top priority, and with that in mind, the Vegas will not have fireworks show on December 31st. The display to ring in the new year has been epic on the Strip. Wow. There are several things planned to welcome in 2021 with the hopes and promise it brings. So they're planning something, but it's not going to be fireworks. Cuse Cruisers, have you ever been to New York City for, what am I thinking now, Times Square for the New Year's, or has anyone else been there?
It looks fun, but it's so crowded. I don't think I could handle the crowds. It looks so cold and so crowded.
Well, at this point in our lives, we'd probably be afraid to go for stuff. But
I would like to have done it if I was younger, but I don't think that's something I do.
Casey said, Nancy's still 21 years young. Well, we're holding at 29. We don't want to lie too much. So Blaine's been to Vegas. You see things that would make your devil blush. Yeah, I know. I did hear it's got more family-oriented, but how family-oriented that is
I don't know.
Wondering. Oh, and welcome, Nautical Nurse Nancy. Sorry here late. I was just finalizing the Vlogger Extravaganza booking in 2023. Oh, you're going on that big one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cuse Cruisers. No way. You couldn't pay me enough to be in New York City for New Year's Eve. Okay. Yeah. There's that question. You ever been to New York City for any of their parades?
I would love to go. I would love to go to New York City someday, but I'd like to take in a Broadway show.
Nancy, we're doing fine. 60 to 70 here for the next 7 days. All that snow we have shown in our pictures on our lives is now gone. Waiting for the next storm.
I remember just when I was younger and on New Year's Eve going into Boston and waiting in those long, long lines just to get into a club.
Yeah, well, that was true. You're right. Well, I do remember that.
I was cold. I remember waiting outside in the cold just to get into the long lines of, getting into the club. And then you get in there and it's so crowded and I don't know.
Back then, smoking was allowed. You remember that?
It was that's right. I just can't imagine, so many years later wanting to do that in the cold with the crowd. Doesn't sound fun to me. I'll watch it on TV. I'll watch the ball drop on TV.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And our New Year's Eves have gotten a little lamer anyway.
Yeah,
you're usually asleep. You're usually asleep when you're at home, and I'm sitting there, and everyone's just.
I think I'm working too. I work every other New Year's Eve. So.
She's getting good. Have you got any snow yet, Nancy? And I want to say the same thing. The Cuse Cruisers. Now you came back from Mexico. Actually, both of you did, and. You said, I think you told me you didn't have snow when we had gotten those 6 inches.
Oh.
So is anyone else out there getting snow? It's lovely in Wisconsin. We had good weather here through the weekend, but the colder next week. So they're probably getting cold a little quicker than us.
Well,
Party girl Nancy. Okay, next one. Now this is something, pay attention to anyone who has an unlimited amount of cash in your bank account. This sounds like a fun excursion at this time. Travelers will soon be able to take expedition dives to the Titanic.
Oh my word.
I would love to do this.
Holy moly, how much is that going to cost?
Have you ever wanted to visit the famous Titanic?
Yes.
For travelers looking for a bit of adventure, a company announced will begin offering submarine dive expeditions to the wreckage of the Titanic starting May of 2021, so that's coming up. The company would begin offering dive expeditions from May to July on a privately owned 5-person submarine called the Titan. Travelers will pay $125,000 for an 8-day. $125,000 for an 8-day voyage from St. John's, Newfoundland. That includes a 6 to 8 hour dive to the site of the historic shipwreck.
Oh my God.
Passengers will assist with the technical survey of the wreck and surrounding debris fields. The 6 currently planned expeditions to the most famous shipwreck site in the world has already received over 35 bookings, but additional spaces are still available. Boy, this guy's got a great idea, huh?
It's a fantastic idea.
For the Titan, the carbon fiber submarine was designed with the help of Boeing and NASA and can reach depths of 2.5 miles. Wow. The vessel features a 21-inch viewport, external lights, HD and VK cameras, and a laser scanner, all while reaching a speed of 3 knots. Not sure how fast 3 knots is.
I think a knot is 6 miles.
That's right, like 18 miles?
Yeah, I think that's
Passengers will be accompanied by a scientist/researcher and a pilot. The team plans on using the technology aboard to create a 3D model of the shipwreck and debris field. Guests approved for the 2021 voyages would become the first to visit the wreck in 15 years.
Wow.
Something I'd like to do. This guy's got a great business model.
$125,000.
Yeah, and it's only an 8-hour dive, it sounds like. Wow. Now, I don't know if that's more than one dive, so you wonder what the heck I guess all that other money's just going for feeding you and putting you up for the other 8 days.
Jeez, what a great idea that is, but I wonder, there's a lot of billionaires out there that could afford it, like Bill Gates could afford that.
Welcome, Mr. Raphael.
Raphael, hello.
And if you can do his YouTube, okay, want to try his YouTube right there?
What am I doing?
YouTube.
Oh. I don't think I can do that.
No, okay. So you can't do the woo, Ronnie's woo, or Raphael's YouTube. $125,000 for 8 days. That's the price of 41 normal 7-day cruises.
Wow.
It's funny. That's what I base stuff on life too.
Really, I was thinking the same thing that's where my mind was going when you said 125,000. I'm like, well, given how many cruises.
We always talk even getting back to cruising that we'd love to do another Disney cruise.
Yeah.
But a Disney, we can go on 2.5 cruises, 7-day cruises for the price of the price of one Disney. So it's just,
but it's a must if you have kids to do it once. We are fortunate to be able to do it.
Nancy said, laughing out loud, Nancy politely states she doesn't think she can do that. I think it was Apple, but okay.
Well, I didn't want to mess it up. That's for sure.
It's patented too.
Yes, it's
Who
patented.
knows what
I wasn't
the
going to attempt
lawsuits
it.
that are going to happen after this
No, I
election?
wasn't
Who wants to
gonna
get involved in
attempt
any
it.
lawsuits?
I'm not going to compete with
Hey,
it.
Tyler. Welcome, Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
Let's see. Okay, so that's that news. And what we're in, anyone that just popped in, we go through news that should be less than 48 hours, 24 hours old, so it should be relatively new, and then we do just a couple of fun things at the end. So we are on the next news one. I don't know if anyone there is planning, if you want the details, the address, the email of this submarine place,
Oh,
book
yeah.
it, just let me know in the chat.
So if any of you win the lottery and you have extra $125,000, this would be a good way to enjoy your newfound wealth, right?
Yeah.
It's quite a lot of money. You'll see some.
Raf's done to Disney with kids and without. Yeah, I would do it with Jess Nancy. We did it with the kids how many years ago?
We did it in 2000 before the world fell apart.
No, the Disney Cruise.
Yeah, because because then the terrorists struck you remember you have the footage of the Twin Towers on our way home?
Yeah.
And that was the last time.
I thought that was going to be rare footage because that was in, what month was that?
It was in 9/11.
No, the
2001
flight trip.
2001.
It was like 2 months before it happened.
Yeah.
And my home movies actually have, and actually, if anyone wants to see that, it is online.
Yeah, we came. It was 2 weeks before we came back. So it happened on September 11th, and we came back 2 weeks prior. So you do have footage of the Twin Towers, and then 2 weeks later, the world changed forever with 9/11.
Cuse Cruisers pocket change. So there'll be 2 people going anyways. Or maybe it's only enough that they can afford for one. But.
Yeah.
Okay, so we move on from the expedition to the next one.
We're going to do a GoFund page to see what creator can go to.
So
we'll do a GoFund.
And then raffle it off.
Yeah.
Someone actually did that recently for a trip.
Really?
And then they went on a trip with it. They did a GoFund page.
Oh, wow. I don't know anything about that.
Now back to outer space. We like to throw another space thing in here since I'm into the space industry. And this one, you might see a fireball in the sky this week. But don't worry, it's just a torrid meteor shower. TAURID. Not sure what torrid means. Keep an eye on the night. You go crazy.
Oh, I love
Keep an eye on the night sky to spot a shooting star or even a fireball during the 2020 southern and northern torrid meteor showers. Keep your eyes up this week as a torrid meteor showers brings shooting stars and maybe even a fireball to the night sky. Stargazers can sometimes spot fireballs flying across the night sky, even though they sound mysterious. Fireballs are just super bright meteors, which I didn't know that.
Very good. Well, I work 3 to 11, so on my way home, I do make sure I look up into the sky in case I see anything like Mars. Mars was still visible, so.
Yeah, you have pictures of that.
I got pictures of Mars.
That's on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
anything
you want
we
to see Mars?
So,
working 3 to 11, I enjoy the night sky on my way home.
Everything you need to know to see the torrid meteor showers is right here. I'm going to say it now. This covers November. In 2020, the southern torrids are active from September 10 to November 20th, and the northern torrids are active from October 20th to December 10th, according to the American Meteor Society. Did you even know there was a society?
No, I did not know.
The southern torrids peak at the end of October, but the northern torrids, pay close attention here, are set to peak on November 11th and 12th, so keep an eye out for the shooting stars that night.
Okay. Shooting stars on Veterans Day, November 11th. Thank you, all those veterans out there.
Raf says, glad you are on. My eyes are going crazy looking at election notes. Yeah, I'm working mids this week, so I watched them before I went in, and I had them going on at work the whole night, in between watching some YouTube videos, and then we watched it at home. So I agree. We could do election coverage at the end of this, Raphael. We just joined by, can you read that? Hazel Verde?
Well, let me see if I can see.
You're better at these. It's on the screen.
Hazel Cabo Verde. Verde means green because we're Italian, and I know verde is green.
Welcome, Journey with the
Cabo
Gingers. Thank you for
Verde.
joining us. Guys, if you haven't hit the thumbs up,
Oh,
please
I like
do.
that. So Hazel is like a green, and then her last name has green in it. That's pretty. MGM Family Travel. Hello.
Welcome in, MGM. Oops, that's not MGM. You know this closes just when you're
I put-
clicking. Welcome in.
Journey with the Gingers. Thanks for joining us on this lovely Thursday afternoon.
I think you did the right pronunciation.
Yeah, I'm Italian. I should know that.
Yeah, but you know me.
I
That's
took
why I keep Nancy here. She's perfect for translations and
I don't speak Italian,
proper English.
but I know Verde is green in Italian.
TJ says no election coverage. I work local government, and that's all. Every TV and radio. Assuming it's TJ talking from work.
Okay.
I know it's everywhere, and they're dragging this out. You swear that this election's been decided already, and they're just looking for ratings because, boy, they're getting ratings.
Oh, of course.
I didn't realize. I heard this on the way home tonight from work that you can bet on the election.
You can bet
like
on
you're
the
doing
election?
a football game. You
Really?
can bet on every time that
Oh
they
my
announce.
gosh.
You can bet on even certain aspects, like every time that they change a lead or they change how much they'll bet on it. You can bet on the winner. You can bet on each state, like who's going to.
Oh, okay.
That's
exciting.
that would be one way to
it'll
enjoy
make it
it.
more enjoyable.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Definitely be a way.
Yeah,
to enjoy
I was up late last night and I was still watching it, and then I shut it off. It was just like, yeah.
Yep.
It's like, well, I don't have a winner yet. We might not have. We have to have one by January 20th, because if we don't, then Speaker of the House will be the interim.
I know, that's an interesting.
Yeah, interim president. Yes.
Okay. Next news item. Now, I think most of you, trying to think, are from the East Coast, so this probably doesn't affect you as much. But usually, we get some West Coast people here that are Disneyland fans, and Disneyland reopening saga. As y'all know, Disney World can open to full capacity, no mask, everything. The counterpart on the West Coast can't even open up for 10% of the people in there, in your theme park. So it's kind of a mess going back and forth. So Disneyland reopening saga. California mayors push Governor Newsom to allow big theme parks to open. The mayors of 8 California cities are pushing Governor Newsom to consider allowing large theme parks such as Disneyland to reopen sooner than the new state guidelines allow. What they do is that they come down what I think it's called a yellow range or some kind of range.
Well, I was going to ask about that, because they say we're in a second wave, right? Is that true?
Well, I don't know if they ever made it out of. They have never made it down to this supposed yellow range that they can open. The mayors wanted the guidelines could mean the parks have to stay closed for as long as a year, threatening jobs and economic recovery in their communities. Such a time frame would have significant negative impacts on hundreds of thousands of jobs, thousands of small businesses, and billions of operating revenue for the cities. The affected parks include Universal Hollywood, Los Angeles County, and Disneyland, and Knott's Berry Farm in Orange County. Yeah, I guess those are the 3 big parks over there, and those are one affected. They're letting the smaller parks open up under certain guidelines, but the bigger ones, they are not.
Well, Rayleigh said they say by Thanksgiving numbers will skyrocket.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They're all anticipating because of these.
Because is it because of
waves.
It's also a flu season too? I mean,
I'm sure that comes into play, but they're just talking the virus itself is just starting to skyrocket in a lot of places again.
Wow.
So.
Jeez.
Okay, next one, and this is the biggest mountain coaster in North America. This could go to Tyler and Fun Fisher Ventures, and there's several others of you that have been. I've been watching videos on your. It's kind of neat. It's like our version of the Alpine slide, which it has that coaster go down.
We did the Alpine slide a long time ago.
It's fun, but they have some really big ones up in Tennessee and different places that's almost like it's on the roller coaster track.
Huh.
Well, they just opened the longest mountain coaster in North America.
What is that?
And the location is the 1980s Olympic site in Lake Placid, New York.
Okay, because I was wondering, because our places are at ski areas, so they're always. So I was wondering where. That's interesting.
This one is 1.4 miles, which is very long for one of these.
Yeah.
It's they run it right alongside the old bobsled of the Olympics. So they did the same thing.
Smart. Yeah.
So
That sounds fun.
and the pictures I saw, you could actually see
How much do they charge for that?
I don't know because it's just open.
Oh, okay.
It's just open. I guess you could look it up online.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe they run it inside the bobsled track and just run but it's not. You can see the bobsled next to it. So they probably use something. I'm not sure what they use to keep it up.
Wow.
So that is the largest coaster.
Very interesting.
Okay.
So for all you diehard coaster enthusiasts,
And departing from New York City's LaGuardia Airport can now get a free test. And maybe Cuse Cruisers or anyone else there that has gone through New York could tell us if they experience this. Test results are available within 48 hours after recently launching an on-site virus testing facilities at New York's LaGuardia Airport, which is free to all passengers and does not require insurance. So they just give it to you if you're taking the flight. The testing center is open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. with no appointment necessary. That's a great feature. I think you're going to see more of that popping up, don't you?
Yeah, and Tyler brings up a good point. He said another thing to keep in mind is that, the more it's on
the screen.
Oh, well, you can read it then.
Okay, another thing to keep in mind with the numbers and testing is the numbers. There are more people we test, the higher the numbers. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what's the big rise between like now and last year.
Yeah.
Just more and more people being tested. Actually, I guess if I keep that over there, you can read it there.
Yeah, you switched it on me while I was reading, and so I couldn't finish reading it.
Okay. And this is kind of sad too.
What's this?
We've been talking online to people over in Europe. England is about to start its second lockdown. Following new lockdowns in France and Germany, England has also announced new nationwide restrictions, including shutting down restaurants and non-essential retail businesses for 4 weeks in the hopes of improving conditions for the Christmas holiday. As a new wave of the virus case sweeps across the world, with cases in Europe doubling in the last 5 weeks. Imagine that.
Wow.
England is taking action and imposing a second nationwide lockdown. Restrictions went into effect today and will last for 4 weeks until Wednesday, December 2nd. The time of the action is an effort to curb the spread of the virus before the year-end holidays. I read some stuff that it's kind of sad that they think it might even go beyond that.
And Bizzo said, and remember, it depends on how the election goes. We may go in lockdown again. That's so true. That is true. Yeah.
Okay, welcome, Inspire So Many.
Oh,
thank you for
Inspire
joining
So
us.
Many. Thank you. I
You're
like
doing
that
fine.
title. Very nice.
And this is, I just missed Raph. Where'd you go? Okay.
Yeah. I know. That'll be interesting if...
without bringing politics into it, whichever way you look at it, the way it looks like it's going to go is much stricter with the government. And that's my fear too. They're going to give these ships a test run, and then as soon as the slightest thing happens, the CDD will just shut them down again. That's why these cruises have to be so careful. And that's another reason why I don't think they're doing it now. They're going to make sure everything is so much in place before they run it, because one ship screws up. It's going to probably bring down the whole cruise industry.
Right. That's all you need. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel bad.
I think Greece locked down too. Yeah, we were following. No, I'm not going to get the name right. Jeez.
Down Under Cruise?
No, the food. I can't think. I'm sorry. I'm blanking it, but they were outside of their hometown in the UK,
right?
And they were afraid because they had heard the lockdown was going to go in there. That was going to go in before they got home, because they had already canceled 2 of their flights, and they did manage to get out on Sunday, and they are now home. But that was all interesting. Did you all see that some Disney fan build a life-size rideable homemade roller coaster in the best? No, I haven't. I'll have to look that up. Someone in Disneyland, because they're on the parks, built a roller coaster. I have seen them in people's backyards, and people have built them, but I haven't seen a recent one.
Huh.
Maybe he's thinking that will motivate them to go back again or something. That's it. Thank you. See, we have all these people back there that can help me out fact checking. Travel Tour Taste.
Travel Tour Taste. Those are the ones that were stranded, but they're home now. When they're home, they're back home, right?
They're home now. They made it home.
They made it home. Good. I'm glad the Travel Tour Taste got back home safely.
Okay, and well, as long as the cruise industry has taken notes how MSC has handled positive cases on the ships, things should be fine.
Well, another thing we could talk about is a vaccine, but what do you think? You think that's going to be years away?
No, but like everyone said, if they come out with a vaccine, let's say in 6 months,
Yeah.
it's still going to take, and I'm no medical person here, but it's still going to take at least another 6 months for people to test it, for it to get out there.
I don't know if I want to be the first guinea pig to get a vaccine. I'd be kind of leery on side effects, you know?
Yeah.
I know with the flu that you could get, there are side effects with the flu vaccines, but what about this new coronavirus vaccine? What are the side effects to that?
And that's what you don't know. Let's see. Nancy said, we did enjoy our vacation time in Cancun, even though the pandemic and had a hurricane. Sometimes it's just experience whatever you can do. Yeah, I mean, it looked like so much fun.
It did look like
we're obviously in a different realm than a lot of you guys, and that's why we're saying we'll sail. We have a set date October next year.
Next year. I mean,
we have tentative cruise booked for October of 2022, but we are definitely looking at.
I'm glad that we went last. I think if we hadn't gone on a cruise last year, we'd be really itching to go sooner or gone. But
And Mexico has done a great job too. It seems like everyone I've seen on these YouTube, they do a great job.
Yeah.
You guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but they've really done a very good job with it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is funny. Okay. Journey with the Gingers. John and Nancy, your background looks like the inside Yankee Candle Village.
Oh.
No, I don't think you were in our live last week.
We should have had someone guess. You would have won.
We ran a video of. In fact, we're going to. I cut it down, edited it down, so I could do it as a standalone video, which is going to come out on November 9th. But it was of our day just 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, we went to Yankee Candle. It was a fun trip. It was only an hour and 10 minutes from our house. It was a beautiful day, like 77 degrees, and we really enjoyed it. Haven't been there in years.
Now, I think the only village is in Deerfield, Mass. So did you travel up from the Carolinas at one point and go to it, or do you have something like it down in your area?
Huh.
I'm curious to know that. But that is an area. If you look behind us, there's a nice fountain there running, and then all around it is different kiosks or different little things where they sell items. And the sad thing on the Yankee Candle when we went was they have the cutest little food court there. It was all shut down because of the virus. They had a few stands with snacks open.
But it was a great day trip. What a beautiful day. And then we toured, we went to historic Deerfield too, and that was lovely. The homes weren't open because it was Thursday and they were closed, but it was just fun to see them.
Yeah, inspired so many. You're right about that. Can't go anywhere.
Yeah. And the beautiful Deerfield Inn. I was impressed by that Deerfield Inn. It was built in 1884. It was cute inside.
MGM said it's okay if they lock New Jersey down here. No one will care. Everyone will be high now. I think he's referring to, I think on one of the referendums in New Jersey, they legalized pot or some, I don't know if it was just marijuana or if it was other things too. But that's funny.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I guess you drive to New Jersey and then you want to stay in New Jersey once you get.
It'll be a happy state.
That's right. Very
Everybody
happy state.
will be flying high in New Jersey.
Tyler said, I heard the Royal Caribbean is currently in the process of restarting a ship for a North America restart in 2021. Yeah, the other thing I'm hearing too, and I don't know if this is possible, Tyler, you can tell me, but can't Carnival and NCL and RCO run their test ships, even though they can't run it with paying passengers till after the end of the year? Can't they run the test ships in December and get a jump on the cruising for next year, or is that not feasible?
Oh, Plump Travelers joined us. Larry,
good
hello.
Afternoon.
Hope you're doing well out there, Larry.
Okay, let's see.
I think I see Spikers just joined us as well.
Scrolling all of a sudden. We just okay, let's see.
And Sawyer in the middle.
We just released our video there this afternoon. Oh, that's funny. We went on the one. So there is one in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Oh, there is.
I'd be curious to compare the two.
We've been been to Williamsburg, Virginia.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
remember.
beautiful
Yeah,
spot.
beautiful. We've been there a couple of times.
Unless it's new, I don't know.
remember a Yankee Candle. I remember that pottery store. That we
Welcome,
went
Sawyer,
to.
in the middle. We are going through news items. We have a couple more, and then we'll just have a few little humorous things.
That huge pottery place, remember, at Williamsburg? That was fun.
Yeah, I wonder if that maybe is the place they put it there.
Yeah, maybe. That was quite a while ago. That was the early 90s.
Hey, guys, pop up in real time to say hi and give you a thumbs up. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. And welcome in the Hitchhiking Bones.
Hitchhiking Bones. All right. Hope everyone's doing well out there. We have a beautiful Thursday afternoon here. It's nice and warm, and our snow is all melted.
You know, usually you can't sneak in and live, but I was behind Sean. Okay, time check, please. We have to stop the presses when we have this. It's 2:45 p.m. out here. If you want to throw your time down, Sean, that would be fine, but you have that option, as you know, since you made the challenge first.
She's throwing a time check?
Sean, from down on the cruises, we always throw time checks with each other.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. We got the hitchhiking. Okay, let's go to.
Did you welcome in Spiker's Crazy
I
Adventures?
did.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, Spikers.
Okay, the next one, which is the last one. Okay, we just covered the lockdown, right?
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, okay. Last one, Russia. This is another outer space one, I guess. Russia begins casting for the first feature film to be shot on the ISS.
Oh, really?
Casting for the first feature film to be shot on the International Space Station is starting in Russia as a country hopes to beat Tom Cruise in the U.S. to the punch. Tom Cruise is due to fly to the station October 2021 as part of a deal with NASA and Elon Musk, owned by SpaceX. He will fly on the Crew Dragon spaceship. I think that's the one that just went up recently before.
Yeah.
Very little is known about the U.S. film other than the fact Tom Cruise will front it, with director Doug Liman joining him on the ISS to film the space-based scenes. The announcement of the Russian film amounts to a space movie race. She's another race with Russia.
Space movie race.
Another space race, but it's for good reasons this time. With the West competing against NASA, Elon Musk, and Tom Cruise.
So how does he train for that? Does it say?
Filming will be undertaken at the International Space Station next autumn. At the same time, the Musk movie is planned. There could be a point where the two movies are being filmed in space back to back.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, I read some stuff on this, and it's pretty funny. The Russians, for some reason, their plot line involves a woman fits it better. So they have narrowed the list down to 30 women that are in top physical shape, between 25 and I think it's at 35 or 40 years old, top physical shape, and they've got to know, there's some kind of official document they have to know by heart.
Oh, gee, really?
And then they have to go through severe tests.
Well, yeah.
They're sending them to the cosmonaut.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense, because I was wondering how they were going to train for that. Okay.
So and then Tom Cruise is going up with his bunch, and you think they could just make a mock-up down here, and instead of going up and actually filming it. But I guess this is a friendly little space race.
Wow. Yeah.
Tyler, should we conference call with SCL tomorrow? So I'm sure we will hear when testing starts for the ships. Yeah, that will be interesting. So many questions, guys, out there that we wish you knew about these trips.
I wonder how much it's going to cost to make that movie. Does it say in your notes there?
Well, I mean, the ship itself, it's probably going to be the bulk of the cost.
Yeah,
I think they were charging civilians, if someone wants to ride up onto the space station, like $1 million just for the transportation.
Wow.
So that's interesting. Okay, so that is our current news. If anyone has questions or wants to throw any input, go right ahead. And right now we're going to move on to our little fun feature, which is weird facts. So these are some facts that are true, and we figured we could educate people out there today.
In case you guys are into trivia.
Okay, so
a trivia question here.
Nope. Go ahead, Nance.
Well, I love flamingos, but I did not know this about flamingos, that they bend their legs at the ankle, not the knee. They essentially stand on tiptoe, and their knees are closer to the body and are covered by feathers. They're beautiful birds,
It's
aren't
interesting.
they?
We have a question for you. We have not been to Aruba. Our daughter has,
Yeah.
and there's supposedly a beach over there that has flamingos, I think, running wild.
Wow.
It sounds like it'd be a terrific excursion.
Oh my gosh.
Anyone ever heard of this, or anyone ever done this?
Gee, that would be
And I
a
think,
sight to see.
wait for this. The
They're
name, I think, of the
beautiful.
beach is Flamingo Beach.
Well, that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Aptly named.
Mike Anthony is always following along with the SpaceX projects. Very exciting and good to have something encouraging this year. Oh, that's interesting, Nancy. Yeah, for work we deal with them, so
Yeah, he does.
so it's interesting to see who else is into space a little bit. Raphael said, yes, we have the explanation on our Tulsa Zoo about flamingos.
Oh, interesting.
So you probably go more in depth, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are beautiful birds. We saw them when we went to Mexico too, in that the port on
Yeah, that's
Costa Maya. They were beautiful.
That's a nice scene. Is it Costa Maya?
Yeah, I think it was Costa
Okay,
Maya.
if you don't want to travel away from port, we went
That's a
and
beautiful
took the
port.
excursion to the Mayan ruins,
Yes,
right?
the Mayan ruins. Yes.
But they have the cutest area that's built up, and they have. In fact, I saw it on one of your videos out there. Someone out there, where they had a walk through a bird sanctuary.
It was the Fisher Fun
Was it Fisher?
Adventures
Okay.
that did that. Yes.
And there's an area I think you could. I don't know if you can swim with the dolphins, but there's I think it was a.
Yeah, you can. It was the dolphins. Yeah.
They had flamingos, like you said.
Yeah,
You
it was
can get right up
beautiful.
on there.
I was surprised how beautiful that was. I didn't expect to see the dolphins and the flamingos. Yeah, Fisher Fun Benches.
And I knew some people on here, not on here, but
Posted
through
a
here
nice
that
video.
just sat and get drunk on the at port there.
Yeah, right.
Billy made it
right.
back to the ship.
It's very pretty there. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what this. First of all, if anyone has anything to need, Flamingo Beach, how extraordinary. Yeah, have you been there to Flamingo Beach or Hiking Bones, or are you just going by the pictures? But it does look wonderful.
I don't know anyone that's been there.
No.
I know our daughter wanted to go there, but they ran out of
I
time.
heard you have to take a boat there. I heard it's
really?
a very expensive excursion. It's not something you can just walk onto the beach, I don't think, and see them. Aruba's Renaissance Resort, Flamingo Island.
Flamingo Island?
Pam and I were supposed to do that. Oh, okay.
Huh.
That's really good to know. So it's a resort that has. I take it this resort is on the island, Flamingo Island, and these birds must go there.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I didn't know that. They are beautiful birds. They don't fly, right?
To learn that they eat a type of algae. My daughter Hannah educated me about that.
Oh, really?
Oh, ask Hannah also do they fly?
I don't think they fly. I want to say they don't.
We don't know the answer. Does anyone know the answer out there?
But I could be wrong.
Plump Travelers, SpaceX in Florida. I'm into space sometimes. If it is, how far is it from Miami? I imagine it's they left out of Cocoa Beach, which is help me out, people. I want to say it's at least a 4-hour drive from Miami to Cocoa Beach. Cocoa Beach, of course, is where the cruise ships go out of.
Yeah.
It's also where they launch the Florida launches.
Yeah. I don't know how far from Miami Cocoa Beach is.
I wish I could see it in person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, that's funny. There's Nancy. The resort offers shuttles to this exclusive peninsula in Aruba. We wanted to do it so bad that we booked a room in the resort. The only way we could know for certain that we could get there. So you must have actually done it. It's funny how there's so many videos, YouTube videos we watch. And but I do remember faintly heard Nancy talking about this before. But I can't remember if you actually did it because I don't remember seeing you playing with them on the beach or anything. Oh, okay. I should have moved on. That's what happens to you. But then our cruise was canceled in the history film, so she never made it.
She never made it. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, that's something
so would that have been Okay, so I guess on the cruise to get onto the beach, you actually have to rent a room at the hotel.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. So,
Larry said, we'd love to see launch. You know, we have been down there and tried to see launches, and the only launch we were able to see was by mistake. Remember?
it was exactly by mistake. I feel stupid saying this, but we were driving along in Florida and I looked out the window and I thought, why is there a firecracker in the sky? And then that just for a split second, then I realized it was the shuttle. And so your brother saw it as well because we were down there with relatives.
From Disney up to Universal Studios.
Yeah,
I-4.
yeah. So I thought, okay, I saw it. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. And then when we met up with your brother later on, he said, "Did anybody see the shuttle?" I said, "Yeah, I saw it. It was really cool."
Yeah. It is a cool thing to see. The only problem is
cool. I remember that very well.
The launches can be moved at the last second or days in advance. And so if you go through a lot of people drive there and they'll be sitting by the side of the road hours ahead and launch will never go. Yeah,
that was cool. Just by luck, we happened to see it.
Yeah.
You did see it because I said, look out the window. There's a shuttle.
She said, yes, they indeed fly. But the flamingos and flamingos had their wings trimmed to prevent them from flying away.
Okay.
That's
makes
like
sense.
A lot of these birds, they clip the wings.
They clip the wings, okay. Thank you for that.
It'd be kind of weird. I've never seen that in the sky. It's going to be an odd-looking bird.
I know. I always like the roseate spoonbills when they fly because they have the pink in them and they have that weird, it just really looks like a spoonbill and they look funny when they're flying.
Larry, thanks for joining us for the time you could. Have a good day, Larry.
Bye, Larry. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, what's the next one? Let's move from the flamingos to the...
Well, this one's interesting. Who knew that roller coasters were invented to distract Americans from sin? That was in the 1800s. It says the hosiery businessman Lamarcus Thompson hated that Americans were tempted by hedonistic places like saloons and brothels. So he set out to straighten up one of the most immoral places he could think of, Coney Island in New York. Well, that's weird.
Yeah, so Coney Island... Again, I always have to reflect the New York stuff to Cuse Cruisers because the only one, anyone else from New York there, so I can.
Have you ever been to Coney Island?
I've never been there, and I think it used to be kind of like our Salisbury Beach.
Oh, okay.
With amusements and all sorts of stuff, and since I think both of them are totally, I don't know if they have much there.
I don't know.
So that's a coaster. Let's see. Oh, very distracting from sin. That's very interesting. I know. I guess you're too scared. I'm sure the early ones didn't look like the one in the picture, but I guess if you're scared enough, you got to be distracted, right? Yeah, we all have that same question, Cuse Cruisers, or anyone else here for that matter. Has anyone been to Coney Island? I'm curious right now if I think they just built it up as mostly maybe a housing and that type of stuff. I don't think it has the same effect that it used to.
That would be
and the plane was from New York.
Oh, really?
He said, I'm from New York. Can't tell you.
Really?
Can't you tell by the accent? That was our second guest plane. So have you been to Coney Island?
Yeah. Who's been to Coney Island?
All right. Move on to the next one, I guess.
Right.
And if someone answers that question, we'll get back to it.
Well, this is interesting. Ice pops were invented by an 11-year-old by accident. In 1905, an 11-year-old boy named Frank Epperson left soda powder and water outside overnight with its wooden stirrer still in the cup. The mixture had frozen in the chilly nighttime weather, and so the Epsicle was born. He sold the treat around his neighborhood in an Amber amusement park and invented and even patented the recipe. Epsicle. So when did they got turned to popsicles? When did they?
I don't know. Does it say in there?
No.
Well,
so they were called.
So make up a year.
Yeah.
Nurse Nancy said it's hard to sin when you're hanging on to your tail life. It's so true.
Yeah, I'm not a.
I haven't had TJ said he hasn't had a cob in months to ride the coast. No, I haven't had a cob in months. Yeah, he's on this. He's on this diet. I was listening to him the other day, TJ.
Oh,
and
how's it going?
He looks good in some of the videos I've seen. But I just don't know. I think it was chicken. He was basically just eating chicken and what the heck was the other thing? I can't remember the other thing.
So he's on a high protein, low carb diet.
Yeah. And I don't know if I could stick to something like that, but
that is hard.
But he's doing well. I think he's been doing it for a couple months.
That's good. Well, you'll enjoy having carbs on Thanksgiving, I hope. You only have a few more weeks.
Blaine, you had me going. I didn't know. He said he's just kidding. He's never been to New York.
Oh,
So,
he was kidding, saying, "Can't you tell by the accent?" That's right. Oh well, we're a little gullible, right?
yeah, that's right. Do they have water or water?
I say water. Oh,
good
well,
for
you
you,
never know.
TJ.
You could have lost your New
Don't
York
have the
accent.
popsicles. You could probably make it. Is
What?
it sugar water? It says.
I don't know.
Because couldn't TJ make it without the sugar and just be kind of a lightly flavored? I'm sure you can find a way around it. Yeah, he said he lost 38 pounds so far. Good
Really?
job, man. That's excellent.
That's amazing. Congratulations. That's really hard to do. It's hard to stick to something like that.
Especially, with your job. Neither of us has worked a 9-to-5 job in years. We always work the off shifts.
Yeah.
So we find ourselves picking at work.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so. I don't. With my job now, I can't. I have a physical job, so I'm on the move all night long.
That's it. That's right. He now I remember when he says it. He has chicken, 2 small oranges, an apple, walking 2 miles a day. I'm sure that helps a lot.
That's fantastic.
And 30 minutes of yoga every night with occasional spoon of peanut butter. Does Kayla notice that with this yoga, you're much more peaceful and calm?
You're not as angry.
That's an interesting diet, though, huh?
Yeah.
The discipline must be just having that and stopping.
I know. That's really good, though, the yoga and the walking. That's excellent because you want to keep your muscles stretched out.
I agree, Naughty Nancy. Now, she couldn't be Naughty Nancy on the roller coaster, though. That would not be possible. Even a week of no soda, you can tell it's too sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing when you just pick. Even at Halloween, we get the tiny little bite-sized candies and poke in there every now and then. And just that little bit, it's enough to get you. So we move on from the popsicle onto what?
Well, he called it an epsicle, but
the epsicle, okay, which is patented. Oh, look at our little friend
unless
there.
that's a typo, and you might have write popsicle.
No, that's
you wrote epsicle.
Well,
we'll say
we'll leave that up to people's imagination.
Oh, our niece got to hug a sloth. You remember?
Yes.
Oh, she loved it. They're so ugly. They're cute.
Yeah, they are cute. I look at these people and go on an excursion. It doesn't look like you get much FaceTime with the.
Yeah.
We had a very interesting excursion. Our son, getting away from the sloth for a moment, wanted to go on a monkey thing, and we had one booked. We tried to book one through the ship.
That was in Barbados, right?
Was that what it was?
Yeah, it was the one in Barbados.
And we did research, and basically, you really couldn't handle them or anything like that.
No.
You watch them from a distance, and they feed them. But we were doing it for him while they sold out. So we were kind of bummed. So we stopped at St. Kitts. We were walking through St. Kitts. We ended up at a bar, and the bar owner owned 2 monkeys, a baby monkey.
Oh, there were 2. They're called green monkeys.
Green monkeys.
Yeah.
And
we
spent 3 hours there drinking beer, playing with the monkeys, and I felt bad afterwards because we took all the attention away. I'm sure other people wanted to play with them too, but we were so gross in them.
Our son was in his glory. He was absolutely in his glory. We got the greatest pictures.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, look at that video.
Check out that video.
The monkeys are crawling all over us. It was just probably the best experience we've ever had.
It was so fun. You were feeding it peanuts too, so it kept going in your pocket to try to get the peanuts. Then it was knocking down the empty beer bottles. It pulled one lady's earring off.
Yes, and someone else's necklace, but
oh, that was so cool.
We digress here. We somehow changed animals. So getting back to the sloth.
Anyways, so sloths, they can hold their breath longer than dolphins. That's interesting. By slowing their heart rate, sloths can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes. Dolphins need to come up for air after about 10 minutes.
So don't challenge a sloth to a underwater competition.
They are cute. I don't know where our niece held them. What was that? Do you know? Was that in
I want to say Costa Rica,
yeah, I was going to
maybe.
say Costa Rica, yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah, me too.
Next one.
She was thrilled. Yeah, she liked doing that. Okay, number 5. A woman was elected to Congress before women's suffrage. American women were given the right to vote in 1920, 100 years ago, by Jeannette Rankin. But Jeannette Rankin became the first woman in the U.S. federal office in 1916. Wow.
Oops, wrong one here. Down on the cruise. Last time he spoke to Heather, she said he was a sloth. Yeah. Sean, don't let it bother you. She called me bad names too. I would take that as a compliment. Just means you're more precise and you take your time.
You stop to smell the roses.
That's right.
Right?
So I didn't even hear what you just said. What did you say in that one?
Oh, for number 5, a woman was elected to Congress before women's suffrage. He said the American women were given the right to vote in 1920, but Jeanette Rankin became the first woman in the U.S. federal office in 1960.
Huh, okay.
Good for Jeanette Rankin. She held a high rank.
Okay, so the next one is...
All right, this was interesting because I really didn't think this was true. I thought they were different flavors. It says Fruit Loops were all the same flavors. No point eating around the purple ones. All Fruit Loops taste the same, like fruit. Okay.
Yeah, so that's like a lot of cereals. They put colors in them or candies,
but
and
they
there's
put
really
the dye
no
in them,
flavors.
but there's no difference in taste.
Right. So TJ, I did not know there was because that's one of the ships we're looking at. I did not know the Mardi Gras. He says that he's trying to lose enough weight to ride the Bolt on the Mardi Gras. I didn't know there was a weight limit on it. I guess that's logical. It's a smaller type of roller coaster. What is the weight limit on that?
Huh.
I'd love to do that, but I have a feeling the line is going to be so long.
I didn't know there was a weight limit on that. Yeah, that'd be interesting. What is the weight limit?
Yeah, the health is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I was bordering on so many fronts a couple of years ago, and they wanted to put me on higher and higher medication. I decided just to try and lose weight, and I lost a bunch of weight back then and brought everything down. And
your doctor was very
several
pleased.
medication, yes. So it really is. Yeah, no one can argue that losing weight is going to help you.
It's a huge benefit to lose weight, because it does lower your blood pressure, your cholesterol. Your heart's not working as harder, to pump blood throughout your whole body. So
Heather says hello to everyone.
Hello, Heather.
Nurse Nancy, hate to say it, Sean, but you aren't quite as cute as those sloths, and you would be much more difficult to hold for the pose. Well, Sean, she's speaking for herself. The rest of us think you look all as cute as, every bit as cute as a sloth. In fact, I'll call you Sloth when I see you if you like. Blaine said, Fruit Loops with Lucky Charms are good. Now, you talk about sugar.
What someone told me at work? There was and I can't remember where the store was, but there was a candy store in a specific state that she visited, and you can buy bags and bags of the Lucky Charm, like, just the marshmallow treats. You can buy all different kinds of candies and stuff like that. That would be cool. I would, because I always love the Lucky Charms. Marshmallow treats.
Okay, TJ says he's over the limit now. So you don't know what the limit is, but he has till June of 2022. So you're going to
June to 22.
Yeah, we are looking, and it's not just because of the health issues, but we always look for the fall, mainly because, and not they don't like kids, but there's mostly adults on the fall cruises. We love kids.
We have 2 of our own.
And so it's not as busy. The ships aren't as busy. The lines aren't. A lot of the people on there are even a little older than me. So my rule of thumb is if I can get in a ship where I can beat other people to the buffet, then that's the rule I live with on cruise ships. So that's part of the reason.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Blaine says, think weight limit is 250 or 275.
Oh,
okay. So we're safe. We're safe, and I'm sure you're going to get there, TJ. No problem there.
Yeah, you're doing well, TJ. Keep it up. But make sure you cheat a little on Thanksgiving, though. You got to have that pumpkin pie.
That's right. You have your cheating days, your Thanksgiving, your Christmas, and we're in that bad time of year right now. And the food,
just portion control.
The food I watch you cook is some of it's good for you, but a lot of it is basically going to add to the gut. Compliments from Sherry to TJ. Nurse Nancy, very cool goal with it. We need to hop back on the diet train, but it's tricky with having our young adults still at home. It's funny you said that, Nancy. Our son moved out how many months ago?
He moved out about a month ago. We're empty nesters.
It was more than a month.
Well, maybe a couple months ago.
And we didn't realize how much food we were buying and taking into the house.
Yes.
Well, you'd think it would just cut down 1/3, but it's cut at least in half.
And talk about no leftover. Now we have leftovers
We
too.
have leftovers that last us. We bring it to work. It lasts us a week. We cutting out a lot of the snacks that we would bring into the house.
Yep.
Let's see. TJ says that with Kayla being a teacher, we only have certain months we can cruise. Yeah,
that's right. You're true, right?
We lived that schedule until our kids got out of high school.
Yeah.
We had to go to Disney in the summer. We had to take cruise in the summer. It was a bummer because I don't like to leave New England in the summer.
I know. We like New England.
It's beautiful up here.
It's beautiful up here, yeah.
And it starts getting cold in the fall, and that's the time we like to get away for a little bit.
And then you have something to look forward to after, you have an extended summer.
Right. Sherry says, I don't know if pumpkin pie is not that bad. See, I thought pumpkin pie had a lot of sugar.
Well, if you put whipped cream on it, that people serve it.
If you take the whipped cream off, and I guess use a substitute for the sugar, maybe?
I don't know.
He's saying he's no cheating on Thanksgiving.
Really?
To cheat at Universal's a little bit.
No cheating on Thanksgiving.
That's an interesting choice to Chewy. You're going to cheat.
So will you have gravy on your turkey, or are you allowed to have the gravy, or you have to just eat?
Yeah, be very bland, probably dry, the turkey.
Yeah.
Nancy says, can't wait to empty nest. I love our kids, but it's going to be tough.
We're enjoying it.
Yeah, when our kids were younger, we said, oh, it's so sad. Never want them to leave.
I know, but we are enjoying it.
You kids are listening out there. We still miss you. But with so many things.
We have to say this. We are very fortunate. Our kids live in the same town that we live in. So at the most, they're 10 minutes. So we're very fortunate.
Yeah, that's what Sherry did. She used Splenda. So she just substituted the.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move on to your next one, Nance.
All right. So let's see. Supermarket apples can be a year old. Yuck. These weird facts might have you changing the way you eat. Those fresh apples aren't all that fresh, per se. They're usually picked between August and November, covered in wax, hot air dried, and sent into cold storage. After 6 to 12 months, they finally land on your grocery store shelf.
Yeah, no, that's first of all, in reference, Nancy just said that turkey is definitely a good option. It is, unfortunately, I love to drown my turkey in gravy, so that's a bad thing for me.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, yes, the apples. I've always wondered that because we love Macintosh apples.
Oh, I love
we go apple picking, and it's delicious.
Oh, I love those apples. Apples, yeah.
Then we used to buy the bags over the winter, and they tasted horrible.
I don't eat apples during the winter. I just, really enjoy them during apple season, and we seem to go through them quickly this year, though. They were very, very good.
Yeah, but the thing is, we found out through our daughter, actually, that we substituted the Max with, why can't I remember the name of it? What's the one? No, what's the one we always get? No,
we got Macintosh, Cortland, and
Gala apples. And because I guess they come from overseas, so they're fresh, they taste
Gala,
fresher.
Yes,
so
I see what
usually in the off season, that's what we do.
Yeah, I do like the Gala. I have to agree with you there, yeah.
Welcome, Travel Adventures with Eric B. Thank you for joining us. Blaine says, best thing to do on keto, fast food for lunch and just fast food, and just eat dinner. Issa said that.
That's what I try to do.
Easier said than done. Yeah, we tried.
I tried
keto, and then we were told that was not a healthy way for us. So
I tried to eat I have to be at work at 3, so I try to eat a very light lunch, and then I don't eat dinner. I eat a healthy dinner. It's about 7 o'clock when my dinner break is. Usually I go to dinner around 7, so that's a good stretch in between. So
no, Sean's got some different goals. His goal is to lose enough weight to be able to have shoeys with TJ, Nurse Nancy, and Raphael.
Have what? Oh, shoeys.
Oh, wait. Some of you are not coming with us, bugger. Now, that's an interesting thing. I'm with you, TJ. I'd rather be able to ride the roller coaster. I mean, shoeys you can do anytime. You can do it alone in your room, Sean. Okay, there's Down Under. Okay. Okay, let's see. Blaine says Dr. Ken Berry. Is that the guy from Mayberry RFD there? On YouTube is good enough to watch for keto advice. Okay, it must be a channel. Yes, a channel.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's go to the next one on your list, Nance.
All right, let's see. It's impossible to hum while holding your nose. Why don't you try it?
Now, hold on 1 second there.
What?
Okay, I just want to see something here.
You're
Okay.
going to try to hum while holding your nose? It's impossible.
All right, finish reading it.
You just tested it, didn't you? You didn't test it.
No, I want to see how many people tried that. Anyone try that when she read it?
Normally, when you hum, the air is able to escape through your nose to create the sound. And of course, it can't do that when you're holding it shut. This is one of the weird facts you can test out for yourself. So go ahead and try it. All right, we'll pause while everybody tries this.
That's right. Let me know if anyone did try it.
Yeah, who can actually hum while holding
I guess
their
another
nose?
question is, can you hum and do a shoey at the same time, Raphael? Have you tried this?
Wow. That would be an interesting feat. Feet, get it? Shoey feet?
That is good. Good one. All right, next one. Let's see.
All right. I didn't know this. Octopuses have 3 hearts, and so do squids. 1 pumps blood to their whole systems, and 2 are dedicated just to the gills. Wow.
So they have 3 hearts.
3 hearts.
I wonder if they're like, is it worms that have 2 hearts?
Worms?
They say you can cut it in half because they have 2 hearts or something like that?
I don't know that fact. I like this one. This one's interesting because I love wasabi.
No, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
But Nancy's laughing at his shoeys. Nancy's getting pretty famous for the shoeys on her own. You still haven't come close to Raphael, but she's getting closer. Okay. What's the next one?
The wasabi, which I love, says most wasabi paste isn't real wasabi. That's interesting. Wasabi is expensive, so most companies use horseradish instead. Well, that's why I like it, because I love horseradish. Real wasabi is actually milder than what you've been getting with your sushi. Interesting.
Interesting. Welcome, Mr. Papamozo.
Hi, Papamozo.
We've completed the news. We're now doing some weird facts. Worms have 5 hearts, she said.
Who said worms?
Nurse Nancy.
Nurse Nancy said worms have 5 hearts.
Okay.
That's interesting.
I was off by 3.
Well,
and that's the reason you can cut them in half, right? Or you can cut them and they still squirm around there?
I don't know about that.
Let's see. I always like the ginger that comes with sushi.
Oh, yeah.
Now, does wasabi go on sushi? Remember the time your mother thought it was pistachio ice cream?
It was hilarious. We were in the Chinese restaurant, and she was going to scoop a big bowl of wasabi because she thought it was pistachio ice cream. We should have let her do it. She would have cleaned out her sinuses for sure.
That would have been pretty funny.
I am on number 11.
Okay.
This is a weird one.
Okay, I'm going to switch pages on you. All right.
All right. So number 11, people used to say prunes instead of cheese when having their picture taken. In the 1840s, a cheesy grin was seen as childish. So one London photographer told people to say prunes to keep their mouths taut. And that look predated today's fish face selfie by about 180 years. I know the fish face selfie.
That's true. Now, you'd probably like this. I wouldn't.
What?
Papa Moses says horseradish and garlic whipped potatoes.
Oh, I would love that.
So I
yes.
hate horseradish.
I love horseradish. I really do. I think it's delicious. I love horseradish.
So they said prunes, you're saying?
Prunes instead of cheese.
Interesting.
All right. So maybe some of our Philippine friends out there would know if this is a correct fact or not. It said in the Philippines, McDonald's serves spaghetti. The pasta comes with a beef tomato sauce and a piece of McDo fried chicken. I don't think that sounds very appetizing. Would you like some McDo?
I could tell you, Papa Moser talks about pasta in Italian restaurants all the time. I will bet you he has never had a bowl of spaghetti and meatballs in McDonald's.
Oh, probably not. Papa Mozo, did you ever make homemade pasta? I know our family made it. My parents would make it, and your family did, but not way back in the day.
I'll bet you he has.
Yeah, it's delicious. You have homemade pasta and you don't want to go back to store-bought.
But it just takes so much work.
I know, it just takes
You go
so
out and
much
buy a
work.
box and that's it.
It does. I mean, my parents would make it occasionally, but it was delicious. It was.
Lucy MGM, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Lucy.
I'm at work, so can't chat, but I'm listening. Thank you very much, Lucy. Okay, now, he said absolutely. So I think he's talking the absolutely
For
to
the homemade
the
pasta.
homemade
Yeah,
pasta.
I'm sure he made it, yeah.
I assume you've never had spaghetti and meatballs in McDonald's in the Philippines.
That's very interesting.
At the end of this, if well, we'll wait before I say it. Okay, so are you ready for the next one?
Yep. This is a scary fact that Adolf Hitler was nominated for.
Wait a minute, is that the right?
Oh, wait a minute, I missed it. Oh, this one. I missed number 13.
I was going to say, she doesn't look like Adolf Hitler.
Okay, I missed it. Okay, number 13. Dunce caps used to be a sign of intelligence. 13th century philosopher John Duns, Scottish, believed that a pointed cap would help spread knowledge from the tip to the brain, and his duncemen's followers wore them as a badge of honor. In the 1500s, though, his ideas became less popular, and the meaning of the dunce caps was turned on its head, becoming something of a joke. Okay.
Papa Moses said he made 12-hour sauce to cover linguine. That would probably taste delicious,
that sounds yummy. They look like cone heads from with the dunce hats on. They look like the cone heads from Saturday Night Live.
I'm sure that's where it came from. I remember doing that as a Halloween costume many moons ago.
Yeah.
That does sound good though, huh? Sauce, anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
Anything you do in a crock pot comes out better.
My mother, every Sunday we had pasta growing up, and my mother would get up early and make homemade spaghetti sauce. She was a good cook.
Sounds good. And it's funny, back then too, they probably took a lot of the tomatoes right from the garden.
Yeah, definitely. We always had a big garden.
Okay, let's see. You know what's funny? I'm not getting. What number you on now?
Number 14, which is a scary fact that Adolf Hitler was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. Don't worry, the Swedish politician who sent the letter of nomination in 1939 meant it ironically and withdrew his nomination. In an even more ironic twist, Hitler had banned Germans from accepting the awards 4 years before his own name was thrown in the ring.
Good old Hitler, huh?
Yeah, scary man.
Okay, so number 15, right?
Yeah, this is interesting. I knew that butterflies taste with their feet, but this says lobsters also taste with their feet. They have tiny bristles inside a lobster's little pincers, and they are the equivalent to human taste buds. Meanwhile, lobsters' teeth are in one of their 3 stomachs. What?
So they have 3 stomachs. A worm has 5 hearts.
Yeah.
What was the other thing? Octopus has 3 hearts.
Yeah.
Interesting. These creatures.
Cows have 2 stomachs, right?
2 stomachs. I think I had heard that. You know, remember the interesting fact we learned about lobsters too? Lobsters should be a poor man's food. Remember?
Yeah, we learned that when we were visiting a museum in New Hampshire, and it said that they used to feed lobsters to the prisoners because they thought they were crap,
Yeah.
basically, you know. And then they became a delicatessen. I don't know who determined that lobsters would be a delicatessen, but
so the prisoners in New Hampshire
rather.
used to eat lobster all the time.
Yeah, they used to serve lobsters to the prisoners. How about that?
I guess you punish them. Don't give them hot butter to go with it, though.
Oh, you just make them. You don't give them a nut crack.
So they can't crack it open.
They can't get the meat, and there's not much meat in one lobster.
There isn't. I got a question here for TJ. Now are you going down to, didn't you give me his dates? They're going down to
Universal Studios, yeah.
You just going to Universal?
I think they're going after the holidays. Well, they might be going during during Kayla's break. So
that's probably what
you're doing. Probably going in December for the Christmas break.
No, they haven't shut down at her school. We were talking about earlier how a lot of these schools are actually going to have a 2-week shutdown because so many teachers are going to have to go into quarantine. Yeah, we've been watching that countdown.
Hmm.
No, that was something different. Okay. Papa Mozo is eating a late lunch of steak.
Yummy.
Steak and gorgonzola over gorgonzola. Probably pronounced that wrong. Over egg noodles. Is that a
Wait a
cheese?
minute. What's he eating? A steak and gorgonzola over egg noodles. I don't know what gorgonzola
Maybe that
is.
confuses something else.
Yeah. You can enlighten us as to what is.
Does sound good, whatever it is.
Is it a type of sauce? Or
It's over egg noodles, yeah. So these are sauce or something.
I would love to be able to eat steak. Maybe tomorrow. I had some dental work done, so
that's right.
I can eat steak tomorrow.
Probably could cook it up today.
So they're going through December 19th through the 24th. Yeah, that's nice. That's probably her, Christmas break, right?
Most things in Australia are awesome. But as TJ said, maybe someday if you learn to drive on the right side of the road. I didn't say that. TJ says it.
Cheese. It's cheese. Okay.
Okay, it is cheese.
It's like a cheese sauce, probably. Yeah.
We're going December 19th through the 24th.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going right over the holiday.
Yeah. So.
Cheese. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We actually have 3 pieces of steak in there.
I know.
Which would have been gone by now if we had other people in the house, but we can heat up and
I should be able to eat it
done
tomorrow.
this.
I'll have steak for lunch tomorrow before I go to work. Sounds good.
Agreed down on this. Okay. Go on to your.
That lobster does look good though. Oof. Oh, am I reading another one? That's right. Where was I? So number 16 is the British royal family is named after Windsor. You think Windsor Castle was named after the House of Windsor, but it's the other way around. The royal family changed its name from Saxe-Coburg-Gotha in 1917, so it would sound less German, and chose Windsor because they had ties with the English town.
Oh, okay, I thought it was you, TJ. I think Dwight says it all the time, but I thought you had said it too about the driving the wrong side of the road.
Oh. Thanks for joining us, Nurse Nancy. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Have a good day, Nurse Nancy. Thank you for coming up.
Bye.
For joining us. Okay, so that was.
I didn't know this about. That's a good picture.
About the what? The British family?
Yeah, that was very interesting. Yeah.
Okay, the next one's appropriate for this time of year.
Oh, yeah. So Three Musketeer bars got their name because they used to come with 3 flavors. I've never had them come with 3 flavors, so that must have been many years ago.
No, that was a thing that we got right. We got it wrong, and then we got it right because every place was asking that same question for the trivia. Remember, it came with the strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. Right. The original one?
Yeah, it says the original Three Musketeer bars of the 1930s came in 3 packs with a different nougat flavor in each, vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry. World War II rations made that triple threat expensive, so the company cut down.
Thanks, Sean, for joining us.
So that's what happened after World War II rations made that.
Yeah, so it made it easier.
Yeah.
So we got 3 more. 3 more fun facts here.
Oh, this is awful.
Go ahead.
Oh, boy. I'm glad we have toilet paper and not have to use corn cobs. It said before toilet paper was invented, Americans used to use corn cobs. Alternately, they used periodicals like the Farmer's Almanac, which was designed with a hole so it could hang in outhouses. Necessity is the mother of invention, after all. Oh, my word. Oh, gosh.
Unbelievable, huh? But you always see that as a joke kind of on TV shows and stuff. I never realized they actually used it for that.
I didn't know that as well.
Here we go to number what?
We'll have to thank the person who invented toilet paper.
I guess, yeah, save us all.
All right.
Number 19.
What? The shortest war in history. What do you think the shortest war in history? How long do you think that lasted?
Well, I'm the one who got the information, so you're asking the wrong person. Anyone else want to guess out there?
Anybody want to guess out there how long the shortest war in history lasted? Well, I'll tell you how long it lasted. It lasted 38 minutes. When the Sultan of British protected Zanzibar died and a new one took over without British approval in 1896, the Brits were not happy. Tension escalated when Sultan Khalid bin Bargash refused to step down, but the British warships spent less than 40 minutes bombarding the palace before Khalid fled, making the very quick end of the Anglo-Zanzibar War. That was very
fascinating.
Very
I'm sure that's a fact you want to carry with you.
okay.
And the very last one, we're back in New York again.
Oh, so anybody here from New York?
Well,
The
Cuse
Empire State
Cruisers,
Building has its own zip code. It's home to 10118.
That is
All
true.
right.
All right. So those are our fun facts. And we'll be closing this out soon. Does anyone want to have any kind of last word or throw anything up or ask any question or anything like that? We'll just tell you, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. Actually, why don't I throw it out to some people in the house? If you throw up hashtag creator, and that will at least let the people that are still in the house know that you are a creator. And we do ask people to go and check our site out. You don't have to join if you don't want, but at least check it out and see if you like it. Our next, we'll be doing this afternoon chat again next week. We're not sure, Wednesday or Thursday, probably Wednesday again. And then our next Sunday live will be not this coming Sunday, but a week from Sunday. So give you just a chance to throw up your hashtag creator. Give it a second for people to see it. And does anyone else want to throw out there what you're doing this weekend or what's going on?
Let's see.
Lucy said she's a supporter married to a creator. Yeah, but we give you credit.
Yeah.
Anyone in the household is by default a creator.
That's right.
So she's hashtag MGM.
MGM, I like that.
What's MGM Family Travels, right?
Oh, okay.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I think it's MGM Family Travels.
Okay.
Okay. I don't see anything else popping up. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. And you got anything to say before we leave?
No, just thank you all for joining us. We appreciate your support. And remember, stay young and have fun. Bye.
And well, not bye yet. I just want to tell Raphael for some reason I thought you had left. Next time we do this, if we have time, and you have your shoe ready, I would like to visit your shoey one more time up here. So everyone have a great day.